Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the BINACT Podcast, where we talk music, the people that make it, and the communities that listen to it. AD, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit because I meant to tell you about this before we started, but I want to introduce ourselves starting with episode this one, 55,
Oh,
because I realized that um, we just kind of come on here and be like, hey, what's going on? And I was listening to some of my favorite podcasts, and of course, some of the staple ones who are already solidified, don't need to reintroduce themselves. But I feel like we should introduce ourselves. But I will start. Hello, Candace, creator of BINACT, short person, and it's always really hard to
describe yourself.
to,
Yeah.
to describe yourself. Short person and FKA Twigs fan, Stan, if you will. I'm looking at the CD, so here I am. I don't know that all of the introductions will be music related, but they will at least all have my name and BINAC creator. So that is a start. Your turn.
I hate you for doing.
Your turn.
I hate you for making me do
All
this.
right, do it. Do it. You got it. You got this. I'm proud. I know you got it.
All right, it's AD. I like long walks on the beach. A good nap. Uh, Consumer of all music if it interests me. Um,
I like that. I like that.
uh, am I a critic?
Hopefully not. That would be a hard
Some,
non-sell.
some
Yeah.
say I am. Some say.
That'd be a non-sell for the podcast.
Uh, Trying to figure out the meaning of life for me. So if anyone knows, please give me some insight. Um, yeah, that's about it.
I love that. No, I actually before we dive deep into our stuffs because we have some good stuffs for the episode tonight. There was a meme that I saw that was like, I don't trust people that say they listen to everything when they like in reality mean they don't. You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, I listen to everything. I can't remember, or I guess it wasn't a meme. It was just like a graphic or maybe a little video or something. And I like how you said, I am a listener of all music if it interests me. I feel like that's the caveat. Like, as long as it's interesting, as long as it's, you know, as long as it has something that I can have a tie to, I'm down. So I'm not necessarily, some people are genre heavy. So some people are like, I have a favorite genre. And particularly right now, I can say that I really don't have a favorite genre. Previously, I guess you could say it was like alternative R&B, or even before that, like hip hop or pop hip hop specifically. But now I'm just kind of out here, and yeah, I guess the only thing that I haven't fully delved into at all is
Country.
maybe like country. Yeah, I mean, and I used to listen to like whatever was popular on or like popular country on the radio, but I could say that I don't maybe listen to country, and I don't like, I'm thinking about things like so country and gospel. Like I used to maybe be into gospel as a
Mm,
genre. I don't listen to a lot of gospel anymore.
I'm the same way. I'm not a big gospel head.
And I'm trying to think of some other genres.
Let's see, classical.
Yeah.
See, I can't even say
Yeah,
that
I can't say
because,
that I wouldn't listen to classical. I just
and
have to, it's a mood that I
yeah,
have to be
and
in.
honestly, I can't even say that because if you really just think about it, if you just want something to play and you don't want words, that's what usually the instrumental is, or you just
Right.
go to the lo-fi.
I'm really trying to think. And I'm not against country. Like I'm not like, ooh, I hate all country. I just don't know where to start. Like,
You know, even though there's increase of black country artists, which I found out on, I think it was Shade Room actually put out like a little post on that.
I don't know who that is.
Um, the Shade Room
I don't know who that is.
on Instagram.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. Uh,
I don't know who they are.
Sure.
I don't know them.
But I don't know. It just didn't connect. It doesn't connect with me. Like I think that's what it is. It's like I think there was one time it was Rascal Flats, and I know what they had like maybe like two songs I could actually mess with, but like actually saying I'm sitting down and listening to it and vibing out to it, nah.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
always think of Carrie Underwood, and I was gonna say Kelly Clarkson, but she was never really country. I think of Before He Cheats, and realistically, that's probably it. Oh, and remember when Nelly had that song with Tim McGraw? I'm tripping.
All in my
Yeah,
head.
Tim
And
McGraw.
the thing is, I remember the music video because it's the both of them like meeting up at the thing, but they're doing like that whole walk away from home. And you
Yeah,
see Tim McGraw
very dramatic.
and his wife, was it Faith
Don't give
Faith
me a
Hill.
line. I don't know.
And it was funny because in the video it showed a picture that wasn't supposed to be clear that was Ashanti,
Well,
but it was actually Ashanti.
I don't remember that. I guess maybe
Yeah,
I gotta go back and look at that video.
yeah, it was like you had a quick thing, and it's kind of funny that they're trying to reignite that whole thing. But
I wouldn't be mad. They were cute to me.
yeah, I didn't. But
That wouldn't upset me.
no, but I know there was another one. If anything, if there was anything country wise, Nelly would be attached to it because he did flip a country song into like a nice little R&B crooner track. I forgot which one it is.
Is it
But
not all in my head?
no, he did another one because he has a list of like
What's
country.
that other song that's like something, something, something? Roll my windows down and cruise. Something,
I know what
something,
you're saying.
something.
Ride,
What is that song? That's what I'm
ride,
thinking.
ride with me. That's what it.
Oh, you're talking. That's the Nelly song.
And there's another one,
What is
but
that cruise song?
that's the one I just told you.
Is that the same song? That's a
Yeah.
Nelly song?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Now, and we're doing real life research right here.
Yeah, I don't want to Google it because if I Google it, it might play.
Okay. So, okay. See, you got Cruise remix with Florida Georgia Line.
Okay, but I knew. All right, I
Then
knew.
you got then you got Good Times Roll, Jimmy Allen and Nelly.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Cool Again, Kane Brown and Nelly.
I did not realize that Nelly had this whole country like
Yeah.
time.
Uh, let's see. He's done one with Darius Rucker,
He's
Jimmy
done one
Allen.
with Darius Rucker, and I didn't know about it because I like Darius Rucker. I
He's,
love Wagon Wheel. You kind of have to if you're from Columbia. So
and he does a couple of covers also. So he has a list. He
well,
he has a list.
good to know. Um, segueing out of country music that I did not know that Nelly had a whole list to I want to start with this video that I saw and I did not make you sit through the video because it doesn't you don't need to sit through the video to understand the point that Homegirl was making, but I was watching a YouTube video by Gabby Bell, who is a commentary YouTuber,
Who?
and her name's Gabby Bell. Also figured you wouldn't know who she was, so it was kind of pointless to watch the video because the point that she articulates is something that we've touched on and kind of actually delved into on the podcast. But I'm gonna link the video in the episode notes. But it's called like the TikTokification of music or whatever. And so we've been kind of talking about that topic pretty heavily, but we don't necessarily go into detail. And I didn't want to like take up too much time, but I just wanted to mention this video because not only is she a commentary YouTuber, by the way, Gabby Bell, she's also a musician. So I believe like the way that she does her YouTuber Patreon monetization, because that's what a lot of YouTubers do these days. Her Patreon, I mean, she monetizes through YouTube, I believe, and then like, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm not subbed to her Patreon, but like she does like, oh, I release music over there, like you get to hear like maybe like stuff I'm working on or Lucy's or whatever, like on her on her Patreon, and then there's probably some YouTube stuff over there too, I assume. Anywho, this video of hers came up on my YouTube page because, personal fact, my YouTube page is a mix of like commentary YouTubers, gaming content, and weird lo-fi mixes or music mixes or whatever. And so she popped up, and she also has another video about like, is Spotify really shuffling your music? Random tangent. But her video popped up, and I was, listening to her kind of explain the TikTokification, air quotes or whatever, of music. And she was basically like, her video starts out like breaking down an old school song, which a lot of people have talked about. Like, I've seen people actually talk about this, where it's like, back in the day, you used to have like verse, hook, let me think, verse, maybe bridge, chorus,
depends on what
or whatever. But it was just like, there was a song, it was definitely verse, at 100% verse, hook or bridge, chorus, verse 1, hook or bridge, chorus, verse 2, hook or bridge, chorus.
See, the ones that
actually it's verse, hook, chorus, verse, hook, chorus, verse, hook, chorus, bridge, chorus.
or chorus, verse, hook.
Right, but there was like a method basically, where it's like, okay, here's a song. This is what a song is like, standard, boom. And so she starts off her video kind of breaking that down, and then she gets into detail where now it's just like hook, maybe, or maybe not, because like still with like the newer age songs, they're definitely shorter. So obviously songs are shorter, but it doesn't really have much of a rhyme or reason. Like maybe you start out with a chorus or a hook. But she was saying, particularly on TikTok, which, remember, I don't have a TikTok. I don't think you have a TikTok. You don't have a TikTok.
No, but my kids have started getting into music via
TikTok.
Well, my one's through TikTok, but the other one is through Roblox.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so I'm getting there. So basically she puts up some examples of like TikTok promotion as well. So I did want to kind of touch on the way that musicians promote on TikTok. I can't 100% stand by, or I guess I can't say with certainty that I've seen it, because I do not have a TikTok, but she put some examples of like TikTok music promotion in in her video. So anywho, she does that and then says basically that the new format of a song is like maybe hook, something, chorus, whatever, short song. And the thing about it is, people are making songs around themes. So like, instead of being like, I wrote this song and I'm promoting the song, it's like these songs are being written for TikTok. So like an example was like, some girl made like a song about, or like the line was like something about a PS5, like, oh, okay, something PS5, and it's catchy. And so like the jig is like, okay, well, this song is about a PS5, hopefully it goes viral. And my main point, or just wanting to like talk about people writing music for the sake of virality. And she even goes on to say that there are, big signed artists like through record labels that will have, their execs be like, make a TikTok song. And they're like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to do that. Or I want to make the music, obviously that I want to make. And then if I need to market it on TikTok, I mean, I guess, that's the way of the land. But yeah, the video, I urge you to watch it. It's definitely in a style that can be a little chaotic. Like, I know I like that kind of shortcut commentary YouTuber style. So like, I want to say it's 15 minutes long. So if that's like a whole bunch going on, play it in the background. Maybe if you have like, if you want to like put it up on your TV, if you don't want to sit and watch it, but there's some really good information in it. And it made me really sit down and say, like, yeah, people are making these songs differently and creating songs for virality alone, which is like
But
crazy. But we've seen that, like that. But basically, we saw that coming, and we see it all the time.
it's nothing different than what they used to do. What they used to do in years ago, because for a long time, a lot of artists said, and especially in rap music, it was like, yo, I have to do the street record, I gotta do the club record, I gotta do the girl record, I gotta do the R&B, which is usually an art with the R&B artist or something of that sort, to get to stretch it out, and maybe you have like the other 60% of who you really are, but that's usually what it was. And it's nothing change about that, but I think just now it's more, even back then, even then you can even say maybe it's just a lot of disconnection. This is just a new way of being disconnected. And to piggyback off of that, I sent you that article about that AI with the person sounding like Kendrick Lamar.
That blew my brain, and I actually couldn't like delve deeper into it. So I was very much ready for you to tell me more about it because I was like,
Yeah, so you know that Chat GPT is the new wave, and everyone's hopping up on board and loving it, right? So AI, but now there's an AI out there that can make you sound like your favorite artist per se. So this person,
crazy.
yeah, so this person, this, and I don't know his name, but and it was just because I was looking at Guru's page, and I think even Ninth Wonder even talked about it on his page. But it was this white guy, basically he made a rap and it sounded just like Kendrick, had the same cadences, vocal tones, and everything. Now put on a beat, and the rap wasn't half bad, but it was just like, yo, this is kind of scary, because now if this is a trend that picks up, you really don't need anybody to make a music. You can just program it. And this is something that other producers have talked about. I know Joe Budden has talked about it plenty of times on his podcast, just about how the real musicians, or just artists in general, are being phased out more to feed a computer.
And I mean, so
And thing is, same thing. Adele talked about this too, because they came to her at saying, "Hey, can you make a song, the upbeat song or whatever, for TikTok or whatever?" And she was like,
mhm.
and for her last song, and she's like, "No, I don't want to do that." And she was adamant about that. I remember her going on an interview, basically calling out her company, saying they told me that they wanted me to do some type of TikTok song or whatever, and I said,
Right.
"Screw that," you know.
And I mean, so with both of these topics, the way that I feel about AI, another YouTuber I watch kind of summed it up perfectly, is I see it being useful as a tool, like a tool to help, writers and artists, using like AI art, whatever. But when you're solely relying, just like with autotune, when you're solely relying on autotune for the gimmick, or you're solely relying on artificial intelligence to, if it's make you sound like Kendrick Lamar or whatever, you're losing a lot of the heart of, being an artist and making things. Like, what's to stop you from just making the music you want to make and not sounding like Kendrick Lamar? Because I wanting to sound like Kendrick Lamar is kind of like, oh, I want to be, I want to be recognizable and trendy, which fine, I guess. But like Kendrick Lamar is Kendrick Lamar. You will not be another Kendrick Lamar. And even back in old BINACT days, but still to this day is why I don't like, basically, like for instance, especially with independent artists, I don't like saying this guy sounds like this popular artist. Like, an independent artist is going to be their own independent artist, even if they have, if they're influenced by whomever. But I don't like saying this artist sounds like this artist, because they're not one to one. There's always going to be some type of difference, because people are different. So all that to say, like the AI art type, I guess, I don't know, like you like use it as a tool, but it doesn't need to be, your whole artistry. And also, I personally am not like, for instance, I would not support an artist and like, don't let me find out. Like, I'm not supporting an AI artist. If your music is, oh, you ran your voice through a generator or something, and I don't want to support that in the same way that I wouldn't purchase AI art. Like, I would not buy computer generated art. I'm not going to do that.
So
So
you're not the NFTs?
no, but those are two different spaces of the internet. But no.
That's about the thing. That's
The AI art is like art generated by a computer, and
that's
NF,
basically it's
NFTs, for what I know about them, because don't get me to pretending like I know anything about or like much about them. I can kind of see the value, and I guess like the whole digital token, blah 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 blah. Like I kind of see it. And again, if you're an artist that uses, or like participates in, what is it, web 3, 2.5, I don't know. If you're an artist that participates in it, I have no qualms. I'm just not gonna learn how to, buy an NFT to buy one from you. Like, but I'm also a person that like I'm not your target audience, because I do know some artists, music artists specifically, that are doing like, putting their music, minting it, or like, making NFTs out of their music, which I think is great. It's no shade. But I also pay for music. Like, I'm going to give you actual dollars. I don't need to give you internet dollars. I don't know. I am a person that supports artists. So I'm not the crowd that you're looking for. Like, if you're, doing NFT stuff with your music, you're looking to market your music to a different crowd. And you don't have to do that with me, because I'm just here listening to music and then like paying for it and stuff. So
well, this is actually a good segue or jumping off point, because some people would call this entity the originals. What uh Gorillaz. And
oh,
we've talked about that. We've talked about our love for the Gorillaz, and basically telling everybody there's a total difference and between what some people do and record companies do, and what
right.
Jamie Hewlett and Damien Albarn do, which
Mm-hmm.
is totally different. And uh, the artistry of just what Jamie Hewlett does for them, for the Gorillaz, it just keeps getting better and better and better and better, and just pushing the envelope. Um, and and then Damien Albarn with the music. It's but let's just get to it, man. Let's just get.
I have so many feelings, and my first feeling, I'm gonna start. By the way, this is an album review episode. I'm gonna start by saying that I am very glad that I had the ability to absorb this album. The first thing I did randomly, and not like on purpose, I listened to the album while taking a quick power nap for my lunch break.
I
Stay with
can't.
me.
I can't lie, because I do the same thing.
Right. Stay with me though. So my first time listening to it, is it playing, like it's playing on my sound bar. I'm on the couch, like, and it's a power nap. So you're not like sleep. You're not like or whatever. Like, you're kind of awake or whatever. So I'm hearing the album. I'm like, okay, cool. I take a little blink. I wake up, get back, go to work, whatever. So um I'm listening, and I think one of my standout tracks, I have a hands down favorite track. But my first standout track is actually Oil with Stevie Nicks. I like Stevie Nicks just in general. Um, but that first uh that's the first one that like stands out to me. And then I take a nap, and I think I wake up on Baby Queen. Maybe I think that's how it worked. Um, and then I ended up, nope, don't you play. I accidentally clicked it on my phone. Don't you do that. So I woke up to Baby Queen, and then I just let it finish. So for one, I urge people to just like your first listen of an album. I'm receptive. I like Gorillaz, but I haven't listened to a Gorillaz album in years. So like, like press play on a new Gorillaz album or anything like that. It's been a while. So I would suggest that when you do first listens of albums, maybe try to like do it in a space where it's not background noise. But I was talking to a mutual on Instagram. Oh shout out to Danger PXP. They have a podcast. And I don't know why I'm blanking on the name, but they have a podcast that's like anime and music, and I'm blanking on it. And I think I'm gonna pull it up just to so I can shout the name out. But talking about intentional listens of albums, I will put off listening to an album, so I can intentionally listen to it. Um, let's see. I just wanted to get this. I wanted to get this name right. Oh yeah, so Danger PXP, who is like an emo artist and then has their own podcast called Flotaku. So it's an anime podcast, and sometimes they do some music over there too. But we were talking about intentional listens. Said all that to say, intentional listens, it's really good to be able to have those when you're listening to albums. So I woke up to Baby Queen or Tarantula, either way. It's one of those songs, but either way, I really enjoy both of those songs. And so when I wake up, I'm getting to, finishing my work day. Then we get to Tormenta with Bad Bunny. I don't know much about Bad Bunny. I just know that he is phenomenal and like a super big, huge pop star, blah, blah, blah. But his verse, why are you trying to play the song? Shut up. Bad Bunny is like super cool to me. Again, I'm not into his music. I just haven't like gotten into his music or anything, but this feature made me be like, I have to listen. Like I was just so enthralled with whatever he's saying because I don't speak Spanish. But yeah, so Tormenta is the next or the song that I like wake up on or am like listening to. Skinny Ape's cool. Possession Island featuring Beck is cool. All of the features are really, really dope. And
man, I'm sorry. You.
I'm going down the track list.
Hey, but you ain't doing. You ain't. No, you do not. You're not doing this album right because first of all,
are you gonna tell me how to review the album?
No, I'm telling you that you kind of hide and choose two of the standouts right off the bat. Look.
Hiding two of them. No. I you didn't let me get to my favorite song. I was going.
You talking about how you falling asleep too.
I opened my brain to hear the album on first listen by listening to it before taking nap. Anywho, that was my first listen. Let me finish. I get to Skinny Ape, Possession Island, and Captain Chicken, which Captain Chicken is upbeat and pretty cool. It hits in the car, whatever. Crocodillas with De La Soul, a great track, and a very good track in the car as well because I've given this the
that's not on the album.
It's on the deluxe because that's what I've been listening to.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
It's on the deluxe, so that's what I've been listening to.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
And my favorite song of all time, like on this album, is obviously, if anybody knows me, knows that this is the favorite song, is New Gold by Tame or with Tame Impala, and the other feature I think is Booty Brown. New Gold, because I feel like that's the track you're talking about.
No,
New Gold, I can't. Well, if it's not, it should be. New Gold is chef's kiss. Everything about that track, and I've been into my like electronic trance type vibe. Tame Impala has the stink on the song, but there's some other nuances to that. I want to say it's electronic type vibe that to me, I feel like that song was made for me. I feel like they personally made that song for me. So, yeah, I hopped all over the place just to get to New Gold, which is personally my favorite song. And then if I were to pick an album run, it would be Baby Queen to Skinny Ape. Now I'm done. Now you can interrupt me in the middle of my.
I am shocked and appalled by you.
Ow!
How? First of all, you're not even talking about the title track.
I don't.
That title track said, yo, we
It
ain't playing.
did, but I don't actually like it like that. I don't
You.
like it like that. I love Thundercat, but I don't like the title track like that.
I was like, okay, wait, you ain't playing, David. Okay, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
mean, when I first heard it, I thought it was an interesting track, but now juxtaposed up against all the rest of the tracks, I'm kind of like, eh. But again, I like Thundercat, so that's.
But here's the sin that you committed. The sin that you committed without giving the flowers the proper respect.
Oh Lord.
Silent running.
I do like Silent Running. I do.
No, don't say.
I like Silent Running.
I won't say like
I like Silent Running.
No, don't say I like Silent Running. Say it's cool. No,
but it's before New Gold, which is my favorite song.
No, but Silent Running is
it's good. I like
it.
It
is one of the best songs on the album.
We have beef.
It's one of the best songs on the album.
It is one of the best songs on the album, but it's not one of my favorite songs on the album.
No, see now there's a difference. That's you're going by your favorite. I said it is one of the best songs.
It's a bop. I like Silent Running.
Because look, that is haunting. That's hauntingly beautiful lyrics.
Yes.
With a lush background.
Mm-hmm.
With and I have to give him his respect. Adele. Omotayo. Yeah.
Sorry if we didn't do that right.
Yes, Adele Omotayo. I'm just gonna say, his vocals mixed with Damon's. Oh,
yeah. I mean, definitely. Like I said, I like the song.
And for what I could easily see your boy hopping onto it, try and do a remix to it. Huh?
Who boy? Which boy?
Your boy.
I don't even want to talk about that because he did something that I don't like. So I'm mad at him right now.
Your boy.
I'm mad at him right now.
The one that is gonna be on HBO soon.
Yeah, I know. I'm mad at him right now. Yeah, I'm mad at him.
Oh, wait. Do we have a divorce going on?
No, but we're beefing right now.
Oh,
we're beefing. But truly, I wouldn't want to hear him on that song, like for real.
Oh, so I say I wouldn't want.
I'll run it back and maybe think about it, but maybe it's because we're beefing. Maybe it's because we're beefing right now. This is the reason that I can't see it. But we beefing right now.
He didn't give you the coke. He didn't give you the right coke.
I don't do coke,
but he does.
But I don't.
Allegedly.
I don't. He doesn't. I mean, The Weeknd has done coke. That's not alleged. He 100%.
Hey, I said allegedly.
He 100%. If he's not doing coke currently, he used to do coke. So,
allegedly, we are not playing with that.
I mean, it's in the song lyrics.
You can't.
Okay, whatever. Allegedly, the man did coke. Whatever.
Okay.
He admitted that shit. So.
Hey, let him say it. We don't need.
He
did. We don't need the lawyers.
Okay, allegedly, The Weeknd has or possibly has previously or does coke currently. I don't know for sure because I don't know that man.
There we go.
But he did say it in his song.
No, see, look, no. See, look, you get on me. You get on me about
but this is something that's like factual. Like he said it, but allegedly.
Hey.
Allegedly.
We can say factual and all the thing. It don't matter if them lawyers start coming and say, hey.
Okay, fine. That's what I said. Fine.
Look, exactly. I'm trying to save you, Candace. You don't want to be saved.
Abel, if you find this podcast and have a problem with me talking about the alleged coke, first of all, I'm gonna need you to run some episodes back because I talk about you all the time. So
no, look, I'm trying to save you, and you keep digging yourself. See,
I'm just saying. I need you to run some episodes.
No.
What?
Nope. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save you.
Save me from what? DJ Academic says worse things all the time, and he's still alive.
No, he got lawyers. There's,
Whatever.
you can write your thing. Hey, lawyer.
I don't know how much DJ
Just
Academic
like chat,
is bored.
just like Chat GPT is a useful tool, so is a high priced lawyer.
I won't disagree.
Okay,
I
so
won't disagree.
so
Anywho, Silent
yeah,
Running. Back on topic.
Silent Running, one, if not the best song, one of the best songs on the album.
Okay.
And I said, and it's just, to me, it's just the perfect. It's I want to say the perfect song, but it's the perfect balance of what Gorillaz is, because
I can see that. I see the direction you're taking with the song, and I
yeah,
don't disagree.
it's hauntingly beautiful, and I've also watched the music video to it.
Oh,
So the animation and just all that went into that just put it over the top, especially with like I said, with Cracker Island. Watch that video as well, and the whole entire trippiness. That was great too.
like I said, with Cracker Island, starting the album for the first time, I was interested, but now, like hearing the entirety of the album, it's not a favorite track for me. It's a good starter track, but it's not like, oh my god, my favorite.
But I'm gonna go listen to think I didn't know there was a deluxe until you said it. So
I believe, and let me look to be sure. I believe the deluxe just. Well, let me go back. I'll look at the.
and I
Yeah,
do
the
like and I
Oh,
do
the
like
deluxe stops after Possession Island. Okay, so there are
five
one, one,
five.
two, yeah, and then Silent Running. I think Silent Running and New Gold at the bottom, maybe are remixes or something.
Yeah, Doom
And
Dom
but
Dollar
Captain Chicken, Controller, and Crocodillas, very cool tracks.
and I'm glad that to see De La Soul, because De La Soul's on the album, because that's
Right,
just a frequent collaborator, and glad for them to actually finally have
get their
their
music on
music on
stream.
streaming services. So I've always heard different things of what De La has done in different pockets and whatnot.
Right,
So I'm always glad to hear Gorillaz and De La track, especially with everything that went down with them. So that's great. That's just great. So
shout
I'm
out to
definitely
that.
going.
It's a really good track. So please, I mean, like, definitely listen to it. Like I said, I started off with the deluxe just because it was already out. But I didn't, and it makes now that I look at the end of the album, it ending at Possession Island makes sense to me.
So, but I know it was originally 10 tracks, which would end with the joint with Beck.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I said so. It ending at Possession Island with Beck makes sense.
But
And actually, that makes it the perfect length to talking about album length. It's like 38 minutes or something like
yeah,
that.
this is their and what certain things I just read. This is like uh Damon Jamie, I think either just moved over to California or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So this is their California album, so a lot of California influence throughout.
Ah, I see. And that some people were saying so. There were a couple of people when it first dropped, in my different circles that were like, it's actually like I don't think it's bad, but it's just a different vibe. So they were like,
They're getting
oh,
it's getting mixed reviews, but I'm just like I'm like, let's call a spade a freaking spade. 22 years. It's 20 or 22 years they've been around.
20,
Yeah.
22 feels about right because that would put them in 2001.
Yeah. So
I'm guessing. I could
yeah.
I could Google.
So they can either go there. What I like about the Gorillaz is you never know which way you're going to go, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't feel like they're always chase like Damon, and his vision for the music is always chasing the sound.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right,
can
right,
tell
right.
you can tell that anybody he collabs with, he has utmost respects and is putting them in a different, bring them to a different audience, but hiding them or their their essence or their swag or whatever is bringing so much to this, while also introducing you to different artists that may not have ever heard of before.
Right, right, right.
So it's almost like, hey, yeah, we got Bad Bunny. You know who Beck is, but Beck hasn't been around for a while.
That's
You know,
one thing I appreciate about the features on the album too, is that like it's like people like Stevie Nicks, right? Like we know Stevie Nicks, we love Stevie Nicks, but like wow, glad you picked her up. So they're like popular features, like you said, the Bad Bunnies, the Thundercats, the Tame Impalas, but then there's the so even the maybe the Adel, don't even want to mispronounce his name, but that artist could be popular like in a circle that I'm not familiar with, but now that's a completely new artist to me.
Adele Omatayo.
I just didn't want to pronounce it incorrectly.
Yeah,
There's
which before everything, I try to look to see if he had some other music, and I can't find anything. So
oh
is it
wow.
so if they well the last thing I saw, and this is streaming, so I don't know if things got taken down or whatever, was from 2015.
Hmm.
So
Gotcha.
I don't know too much about him, but I'm interested to learning more about him.
Right. On the deluxe, there's for Captain Chicken, the feature is um Del the Funky Homo Sapien, and then
Yeah, he's been
Controlo,
he's been
MC Bin Laden. Both of those I thought were cool features too, about or from artists that like just never heard of before. And that doesn't mean they're not popular. I just
yeah,
never heard of them.
Dell has worked with
Okay.
Damon and the crew in previous projects. Like, let me
Cool.
see, like see their see
And I literally have not listened to a Gorillaz album since probably Demon Days, honestly, to be quite honest with you.
oh, you missing.
So, I mean, that's why I'm like, if they, like you said, if they've collaborated, I've missed it, but I haven't listened. Like, I know that they dropped something in 2020 that some folks were telling me about, and I just hadn't
They
caught up.
listen to who's this is, because I need to go back myself, right? This is off of 2020, right? They got, which is basically uh every song has a feature, right?
Okay. Oh, the album, what's it called? The
Song
Song
Machine
Machine.
season 1, Strange Times. So uh, th- he got Robert Smith, Beck, Lee John, Schoolboy Q, Saint Vincent, Elton John, and Black on the same track.
Yeah, I'm looking at this track list.
A couple that I'm not familiar with, doesn't mean that I won't like it. Earth Gang, uh, Gold Link. Damn, haven't heard Gold Link for a minute now. And Skepta. Ooh, that should be interesting. Gorillas with Skepta. That could be very beautiful. So I definitely got to do. I definitely got. I
Yeah, I
definitely.
need to go back and listen to it too because I haven't I didn't even know that it dropped. So
That, that's the thing, because the last Gorillaz album I listened to was Humans, and that had Popcorn, De La Soul, Vince Staples, Danny Brown, Drum, Grace Jones, Anthony Hamilton, Pusha T, uh, Kali Uchis. Is that how you say your name?
I believe so.
Yeah. So you got so, and that's not even counting the EPs either.
My eyes are watering, so I had to take a break. Sorry. Pollen is trying to kick my butt. But yeah, I need to go back and listen to definitely that album, but some other stuff too, because I like now here in Cracker Island, I want to go back and catch up because I know that I'm behind there. I
And
100% know it.
what and there's always a story with with the characters
Hmm.
and the overarching story, but I'm not going to go into that. Is go on YouTube. There are plenty of great content creators that can go about the whole entire backstory from the first album to now, and how they utilize different things between arts and shorts and Discord, and that to me that's just creativity overload right there. So I always Gorillas will always have a soft spot in my heart.
Same. And I'm really glad that I gave this album a chance to or really just gave it a chance, and now it's like going to be in my regular rotation because I really enjoyed listening to it. And now it's like my driving album. I get in the car and I listen to at least a couple songs, if not like half the album. So I'm glad that it exists. I'm glad that I hopped on it pretty quickly because sometimes it takes me a while to catch on to things. But this one was pretty quick. I like it. I like it. Now, I will say that oh my gosh. I will say that I am excited to go back and do a dive on their discography since like I said um I enjoyed this album so much. And maybe, one of their albums will be or one of their either previous albums or EPs will be New Noise for me. Um coming up because it'll be new to me, maybe not new to y'all, but new to me. So
So that's a good thing. So
can I give that?
I'm going to say for you, because I'm looking at the track list. You said you haven't listened since Demon Days.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, I would say get reacquainted with the first two albums, but definitely check out Plastic Beach, because that was really good.
Okay.
That had Snoop on there, Most Def, again De La Soul, Lil Dragon, Lou Reed. Yeah, I would say definitely take go back, because I know they were not that was Grammy nominated as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
So definitely check. Then yeah, yeah, definitely do Plastic Beach, because I know there was a down period where they basically Gorillaz was going to be ceased to exist. Actually, I think Damon and Jamie talked about that. Like they just kind of or falling out, either fell out or uh just burnt out.
Right.
Because
I think I
from
vaguely remember this, not too vividly.
yeah, because it's almost like from I'm just going back. So if you're looking at that, Plastic Beach was 2010. Humans didn't come out till 2017. So there's
Right.
definitely so I do remember that there was like some type of cut there, but 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 they back and they still pushing it. Now the only thing to kind of that put a sour note on it, there was supposed to be a film or a short series or series on Netflix
Hmm.
around the Gorillas, like the whole entire what you see in the music videos was going to be on Netflix,
Oh,
like a show or a movie. And unfortunately, it looks like that got nipped in the bud.
well, that sucks. I would
Yeah,
have watched that probably.
I would have, because I think that would have been great.
It takes
But
me forever to watch things on TV, but when I do, I get into them. So I probably would have watched that.
yeah, it was going to be a full length movie,
Hmm.
and it says it's not moving forward.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that means it may never happen. according to Damon, he says that it was a victim of cutbacks and staff shuffling,
Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. That does suck.
and because of that, I hadn't even gotten out the script development stages.
Oh, I know that would have been good though. It would have been good had it, got off the ground.
Yeah, I think it would have been. I think it would definitely been fun. So,
Definitely.
uh,
But I figure, or I'm guessing, I think we talked about this, but do you have some new noise for me? Because I heard that you could possibly have some.
yes, I do. Let me. So, was it? I want to say last year, or couple, or even early on, we were talking about French hip hop.
Maybe that was 2 years ago, but I can't even remember at this point.
So one of the um groups I put you on to is either Forecast or Forkeys. I don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
And one of their members who is always on is, I would say, is the harmony of the group.
Okay.
He dropped a solo album
Oh,
last year. I think all of them actually have dropped an album or project of some sort. So I'm sure
okay.
they're going to link back up, but still. Um this is my first time listening. I didn't even know that he dropped something, but it's called Melo.
What's the artist name? Because
Tiakola. Tiakola.
that name is familiar. Who? Let me think. Let me think. Let me think.
You
Where
would
have I? Where have I seen that feature?
let's see, because we can
Uh, and also, I don't know why the artist isn't
I
popping up.
think it on your girl's album.
Twigs?
No,
Um,
Aya Nakamura.
yes. Okay. I was like full circle. I was like, okay, where did I see that name? I knew that it was somewhere. And I just see so I see the song, the one that he's featured on. I love that song. All
DN,
right. I'm
DNK.
interested. Well, that's the album. The song, I think it's called Kiddo. Don't get
Nice.
again, I don't speak French, but that song, so good. I was just listening to that album today.
So yeah, so he put out, and I've been listening to it. I like the vibe. It's very fresh. It's very, if you're familiar, if you're listening to Four Keys, it's definitely, of that vibe.
Okay.
But you can see that he takes a little certain things. Let's say it's about an hour long. But I
Is
think,
it?
yeah, I think
Oh,
one.
it is. Yep. Hmm.
I think
And
one
it
is,
actually came out May 2022, so it's been out a little minute.
yeah, and I didn't know about it. Um, but one of the songs I really like is called Riri slash No Camera. I just like
Ooh.
I just like it. Like, if I knew about this, it feels like one though. It feels like one that if you gave it to the right person, they could go crazy on it from a hip hop standpoint and just flow.
I'm extra excited to check it out now. I'm gonna check it out tomorrow because like I said, I the name is recognizable from well just from Aya Nakamura's album. And I'm excited. Like I'm super excited to listen to this.
So that's one, and I just see now. Bec- oh, are you tell? Well, hold up. I don't think that's the same guy. I don't think. If that's the same guy, I'm going to be mad. I don't think so. No, looks. That's the one thing I don't like about sometimes these streaming platforms. It's that you think that you have, and maybe it's just because there's people are running out names.
Ugh.
So you think that you're listening to who you want to, but it's really like,
Oh, that frustrates me too because sometimes when independent artists get the name or whatever and it doesn't do what you want it to do, like the streaming service gets confused or something like that, which is really annoying.
yeah. Because I was about to say, because I had to listen, see if another if Vic dropped anything, but no. But yeah, but Tiakola, Melo, I like it. Again, don't know what he's saying because I don't speak French,
Right,
but
don't
it's
speak a
just,
lick of French.
but I can tell it was like, oh, this he put you can tell he took his time with it. So
I'm excited. I'm glad you shared that with me. I don't have much because I've been listening to, I put on Instagram that I've been listening to my random birthday song playlist that's got like 8 hours worth of music on it. Um, and I will quietly say this. So I'm going to lean in and I'm going to say this very quietly. Nicki Minaj dropped a song and I listened to it.
okay,
For those of you watching the video, I'm concerned for myself as well if you see my face, but it's okay. It's not all that great. I only enjoy it because it dropped. It was warm over the weekend and it's very much like, let's play it in the car. It's fun. It's not all that great though. And if anybody listening runs and tells that I gave Nicki Minaj a compliment in the year of our Lord 2023 or a piece of a compliment, I'm gonna be upset.
well, we got some other albums that are coming out that we're going to do deep dives into. See, I'm not even acknowledging that because I just
I just had to put it out there. I gave a piece of compliment. And again, it's warm outside. My birthday's coming up. It's a fun song. So
man, look, next time we're gonna talk on it. We're gonna talk about we got Masego that dropped that we haven't gotten
yeah, so there are things that we need to chat about. It's picking back up. It's looking
yeah,
good out here in the
Ch-
streets.
child, yeah, child, or however you want to say his name. I guess that's how it is because he got three or four eyes in the child.
I don't know, but yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, see, he dropped one. Black is
I
about to
heard, I heard, I heard, I heard. I did hear about that.
uh they dropped a they have dropped a new
Sure.
song.
Now hold up. Now, why didn't I know that? I feel like somebody should have told me.
They and Blue. So yeah, they dropped it. So that dropped uh J. Cole with your favorite Korean pop star J Hope from BTS.
Oh, I had no idea about that.
Yeah,
That one went over my head.
that thing drop it. It's not bad from what I've heard. You know, it's like one of those if it's on, I'm not turning it off type of thing, but I'm not like rushing to.
Let me put this song on a to remember to go listen to it. That they song.
Oh,
I'm gonna do that.
hold on, is that the same? Nope, it's not. See, that's why I hate these freaking. See, wait, see, and this is the one thing that, and I'm sure that our listeners or people watching is I'm doing like real time like research and just looking of what's dropped
We got to.
and you go down the rabbit hole. And I love when I've going down the rabbit hole of things I haven't listened to or just artists that I haven't that I would like to hear more about. So like for me personally, I already know that I'm going through De La Soul's catalog.
Same. Same.
I have to do that. I have to do that because one of my favorite songs from them was dang because I remember it was like I'm not sure if it was a posse cut, but it had Queen Latifah on there.
Hmm.
Um, let me see here because I let's see. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with. It was. Oh my gosh. I know Buddy was one of them with Jungle Brothers and Q Tip. But
I'm
dang.
waiting for you to find this song.
You know, I, me, myself, and I Can't go wrong with that. See, and I'm going to go, and it's going to kill me until find it. See, so you gotta have something.
My favorite De La Soul song. See, I didn't really want to get to this part of the show where I had to admit that I don't know a lot of their music, but here we are. And thankfully, it's at the end. But someone's going to listen to it and yell at me. I've never had, any of their CDs or anything, so I am not as familiar as other people. And so
Nah,
that's why I'm excited so I can get familiar.
I've heard a lot of their stuff. I just haven't listened to like sat down and listened to the albums, but that's just look. I have money, but then on top of that, their music wasn't anywhere.
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, for me, I was not in a position to have somebody to tell me about their music. So I didn't like it's not like I had again with this, it'd be like, oh, some CDs or something. I have nothing. So unless it's a super huge and popular song, I don't know it.
Yeah.
So
So,
again, don't yell at me.
but we're going. But I'm just happy.
I'm happy, but I am happy it is on streaming services. And I was doing some scrolling, and I remember the day that that their music hit streaming, and um there were lots of people talking about, like sample clearances and like all the work that was being done to like get the stuff on streaming. So I am excited to check it out just to, hear a body of work actually, excuse me, or multiple bodies of work, like, kind of follow this process and knowing that the artist got to have like control in how they wanted this done and stuff like that, like having the effort put behind it instead of just throw it up on streaming services or do whatever, kind of like what happens to musicians uh art in their catalog kind of when they pass away or something. It looks like this was handled with a lot of care, which I'm happy about.
And what I'm going to do in our description is I will put a link to the video that I'm talking about.
Do it.
So again, this is just ignorance on my part, but I always used to watch MTV Jams, and it was like either late night or just random afternoon. They'll have the old school mix. So that's how fell for De La Soul and really knew who they
Right.
were. Then of course them being embraced by Damien Albarn and the Gorillaz and what they did and what he did with that, it was like okay. So but the song that I'm thinking about was like it felt like a posse cut, but it had like I said, Q-Tip and Queen Latifah and like all these different people. So I'm gonna put drop it the link in there just for you to just watch and just give some respect to.
Love. I'm really excited that that really tied into our Gorillas review too. It makes me
I,
happy.
I see, and this where's OG when you need him because he could talk about De Las.
It's just, we have to schedule OG once a quarter. So
Yes,
the
I
stars
know,
have to align.
I know, I know,
We
but
gotta.
this would be a great for his wheelhouse.
Well, I mean, we're gonna listen to the catalog, so we can just revisit. It's completely fine.
You
We
know,
can just
that's our. You know what we should do?
just have a whole De La Soul episode. But
Yeah, we
we'll
could do that. We could
we'll
do
spin
that.
our wheels. We'll spin our wheels. We can do that. I like
Yeah.
that. Um, and just like that, it has been an entire hour. Right when when we get off track for a bit and come back, we always record pretty long. We still have not hit an hour and a half yet, or it's been a while since we hit an hour and a half. And shout out to y'all that listened to that episode. That was like maybe 10 episodes ago. I was looking at the episodes and stuff. Um, but yeah, my new noise is pretty limited. Don't have much. I'll probably have more next episode. And when I return, I will have entered my 30s, which is, I guess, interesting. I don't know.
Oh,
Rest in peace to my 20s. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited,
oh.
but so when I come back, I'll be a grandma. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh,
If you haven't gotten the muscle aches and achy bones, they're on their way.
don't say that. I'm the muscle aches only come from me going to the gym because I've also been doing that, but not random muscle aches just yet.
Don't.
But don't speak that on me. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right.
All right.
Don't speak that on me. I'm doing all right. But yes, this has been another episode of the BINACT Podcast. Where we talk music, the people that make it, and the communities that listen to it. We'll be back on our regular schedule. So talk to you in 2 weeks. Bye.